right. If you're watching this is for you. Welcome, welcome. Today's topic, two things, ending love and forgiving yourself. Really want to get into these. Ending love is probably one of the most important things that people deal with. So the focus of this is obviously going to be romantic relationships, but this could apply to friendships. This could apply to family relationships, which are a little more sticky because as family, you want to keep that strong. But when it comes to friendships, and especially when it comes to your romantic relationships, if you are being drained by if it is not positively serving you, you need to end it. Romantic relationships should be the most abundant, like overabundant source of energy in your life. That should be where you're getting just an overflow of positivity. If you're having a hard day, you're chasing a goal, you got your spouse, you got your significant other, you got your situationship, whoever, you got them to lift you up, to make you feel good. Similar to friendships, similar to siblings, our cousins, our parents. That's what having friendships, that's what having connections is for. I'm not saying use people. I'm saying that positive energy that you can get from other people makes the world go round. So if you find yourself in a romantic relationship, and those are going to be a huge chunk of your life, like maybe not the exact center of your life, but those are going to be a big part of your life. If you find yourself miserable, drained, just daily aggravated because, I gotta make this person happy, or, I gotta address this fight that we swept under the rug that we never got over, and, I gotta do this for this person, I gotta do that for that person. Think of that energy I'm showing with my gestures. If your romantic relationship is causing you any of that, address it immediately. I've talked about how you can do that in a couple other videos. These are things that, you might have to go to couples therapy. You might have to find some ways to get more from that other person, find some things to ask. But when you do ask these things, when you do attempt to fix it, that should be fixed immediately. We're talking about if this person never takes you on any dates and that's something that you want, they should take you on one next week. Or if you feel like you're chasing making them happy, and no matter how many gestures you do, it doesn't seem to make things go better, that should change by next month. Do not find yourself ever rolling, ever wasting your life, your energy, your life force, your positivity for months on end, for years on end, only for it to either make you miserable for the rest of your life and you're stuck, or it ends anyway. So all that you were trying to stop it from ending, that you were afraid of, happens anyway. It's hard. Ending love is one of the hardest things. I mean, maybe not for everybody, but for my lover people like me, I'm a huge lover. Ending love is so scary. It's so daunting. You think like, I've built so much with this person. We have so much history. We kind of owe it to each other. I told you I loved you. I said till death do us part. I said we were going to stick it out. And now I really feel like it's ending. I really feel like it's coming to an end, and I just don't want to see it. I know those feelings. I know what you're afraid of. Some people might be afraid of different things. For men, most of us don't want to see our exes with other guys. Like, that's the hardest thing. For women, that's probably a thing. Maybe you don't think you'll find another man that you love that closely, or you won't build that bond, or it'll take long. You don't want to be alone, including this coming to friendships. Maybe, man, this is such a close friend. We do everything together. Don't be afraid to be alone. Don't be afraid to take that space when you're alone, wanting someone, looking for someone. That happens. That's natural. There's billions of people in the world. You will find somebody else, or you won't, and you'll be okay. Like, I shouldn't say or you won't, because the likelihood that you can find somebody else is really high. But I'm saying, don't be afraid of that time alone. That's something that everybody needs to go through in their life, honestly. And secondly, You are all you need. So don't think I really, really need this person because that's my only friend. Or, what will I do without them? You know, who will I bring with me to my events? Who am I going to talk to? Who am I going to share my dreams and my ideas with? I know those fears, and those are completely understandable. But you don't need anybody except yourself. And when you're loving yourself completely and fully, everything else that you need will flow to you. You aren't loving yourself if you're in a situationship, if you're in a relationship, if you're doing something in your life that you know dang well is not helping you, it's not serving you. That's not loving yourself. So now you're trying to love another person more than you're loving yourself. And you can't properly love that person if you don't properly love yourself. So, not in a selfish way, in a beautiful way, put yourself first. You have to be loving yourself and doing for yourself before you can properly do for anyone else. So if you got to start going to the gym, getting in shape, trying to find a new job, practicing for a job interview, you know, just reading, meditating, if you need to take that journey in your life and the person that you're with is affecting that in some way, like, oh, I'm not working that well because we keep having arguments, or I don't have energy to go to the gym because I'm busy trying to serve this person. You need to let that go and take care of yourself first. If you're supposed to end up with that person, if you're meant to be with that person, it'll come back around and you'll both probably be better because you aren't getting the life drained out of you by the relationship. So that is pretty much summarizing it there. Ending the love, ending anything in your life that's not serving you well, that's not giving back to you, that's not putting out what you're putting in. And that applies to anything. Cut it out of your life. And this is like a nice lead in to my next topic is forgiving yourself. This is probably even more important than ending love. And it kind of goes hand in hand because I think some people can't end love because they couldn't forgive themselves for letting the thing fall apart that they just put so much time into. I think that I relate to that heavily. Like, it's clear that this isn't working, but you've committed to the person, till death do us part. I will never let you go. So if I fail, if I let it fall, I won't be able to forgive myself. People don't necessarily see things like that, and it might not be that clear in your face, but if you're feeling depressed, if something's holding you back in life, I bet some amount of money that there's something that you're not forgiving yourself for. So, relationships aside, this applies to you just growing and going forward in life. If you had a social media page and it failed, but you were trying, or you had a business and it failed, but you did try, or you were on your way to a raise, or you were on your way to a better job, but you fell off, or you stopped exercising, you stopped going to the gym, you're probably mad at yourself for not continuing that thing. And that regret, that bitterness that you feel is probably holding you back from doing it now. So forgiving yourself, like, I started that page and I failed, but I'm going to start a new one and do even better than that one. Or, I was going to the gym, I was getting in shape, but I fell off. But I can get right back to it. I can keep going. I can start that journey again. That takes you letting go of that regret. Like, oh man, I messed that up. So, I don't really feel like doing it again. Who cares? You didn't mess anything up. Your life is perfect. All the things that have happened to you, that are happening to you, are perfect. So whatever goal you have, whatever thing that you've been meaning to start, that you've been wanting to start, every day that you're not starting it, you're giving yourself more to be mad at yourself for. Like, man, I really should have started that yesterday and I still didn't start it. That frustration is weighing on you and probably stopping you from starting it now. So for my people who are dealing with depression, for my people who are alone because their last relationship messed up, because they effed up so many of their friendships, whatever. You have to forgive yourself in order to move forward, in order to continue on the journey that you're supposed to be going down, that you should be going down. I'm not talking about you just living your daily life as you're accepting it. I'm talking about your dreams. I'm talking about the desires that you want to chase and what you want to do. Start with not being mad at yourself that you haven't done it yet. Give yourself some grace and be generous to yourself. Like, you know what? It took me this long to start this YouTube page, but forget it. I'm going for it. I'm not mad at myself. It was meant to be. Here I am. I'm going for it. That is true. Whatever you're going through, whatever you've gone through, whatever you're mad at yourself over, it was perfect and it was supposed to happen. So it's okay. Don't linger and regret. Don't regret. Don't be bitter, especially with yourself. Get over it. Forgive yourself. Get to the next thing. You know, God is the ultimate forgiver. We are, in a lot of common religions, you pray for forgiveness. You pray to God for forgiveness. People might put that on God because it's so hard for them to do it. I'm not saying putting it on God is bad. I'm saying people will seek forgiveness from God and not acknowledge that they haven't forgiven themselves. So God is the ultimate forgiver. So God's going to forgive you. That's not an issue. But are you going to forgive yourself? Are you going to stop regretting what went wrong? Are you going to let that person go and forgive that person that it didn't work out? Forgive yourself for staying involved for so long and it not working out. Forgive yourself for trying something and failing. And now here you are again, and you need to start over again. You need to try it again. So I don't know if I cleared that up as perfectly as I wanted to, but I hope you all get the message. Self-forgiveness is probably the only thing more important than self-love. So love yourself. That's loving God. That'll probably be next video's topic. And self-forgiveness is hard, probably even harder than self-love, but it is as important. Forget your past. Forget how you grew up. Forget those cringy jokes that keep you up at night. Forget the times you lost your temper and time where you really, really regret doing that thing to that person. And I hurt this person and I hurt myself and I let that dream go. I lost that money or I lost that job. Let it all go. Forgive yourself and move forward peacefully. That's the video. Thank you for watching. But it's not over. We got Day in a Life Part 7, I think. I'm a YouTuber. Gotta talk about my life. Gotta talk about what I do in a day. Last video was Monday. I did do some business scheming later that day. That was Monday. Today is Wednesday. So Monday, I did a little bit of scheming. Not as much as I thought, but I put a little hour into the scheming. Remember, everybody, put a little hour, put a little 30 minutes into some idea, some dream you have, some business, some hustle. Do that every day. That's how you make yourself proud. That's how you take care of yourself. Yesterday was Tuesday. I had son. We had a fun day. That's typical. There's nothing new. You know, building up my parental stamina. You know, it's hard to be a fun parent. It's hard to keep their attention and not take a break for the whole day. That's rough. My parents, I feel you all. Get that stamina up. It's like going to the gym for parent stamina. So I'm getting better every day that I have them at that. And bonus scheming, when he went home later in the night, I schemed a bit more. So that was some Tuesday scheming. I don't usually scheme on Tuesdays. It's a Monday, Wednesday, Friday thing. But I did do some scheming last night when my son was gone. Today's Wednesday. I'll be doing more business scheming after I post this video. So when you see me with a Rolex, with some money, with some biddies, you know where it came from. The business scheming that I've been telling you guys about, that I've been putting in small effort into every day. Don't overwhelm yourself thinking you have to make all the money tomorrow. If you put 10 minutes a day into making money, it will come back to you. That's how energy works. That's another video. Money is energy. You are energy. It's the same thing. The money needs you. The money will come to you. Just attract it. Don't chase. Attract it with effort. For all my business people, if you started businesses and it failed, if you're trying and can't make a sale, that effort is going out into the universe. So the karma has to come back to you. You all know karma is real. You see it play out for people, but you don't think it'll positively play out for yourself. Every time you sit and think about trying to make money and type an idea into Chat GPT, you're putting it out there. You're telling the universe, bring it back to me. So the business scheming is going well. If I don't make $1 million from this, I'm putting energy out there to make $1 million. So it's got to come back to me. That's how energy works. Stop worrying. Stop stressing. Just do. Just exist. Just live. Other than that, went to the gym yesterday, of course. Went to the gym today, of course. It's been a little over 3 weeks. I missed a day, so the streak doesn't matter. I'm not caring about the streak. Just telling you all that I'm being consistent. I'm putting in that work. The muscles are looking good. I'm feeling good. The stamina is getting up to help me with my parental stamina. Remember, you guys have to be loose and be able to breathe and have a little activity in your days just to be able to keep up a good mood. You can't be happy if you have no exercise stamina, if you don't do anything. So, pretty sure that's the end of the video. Oh no, I have 2 important corrections that I need to make. 2 things that I want to fix from my last video. Definitely wanted to fix these, so I'm glad I remembered that. First thing, the topics of that video, sex, drinking, smoking, partying, those things are not inherently negative. For anybody who felt offended if they're big smokers but they have a good life, or, big drinkers, big partiers, but they have a good life, I definitely did not mean to say that those things are negative. I am happy to indulge in all of the above. What I mean is, are you doing it as like a relaxation, as like a nice ritual? I go have a drink, I go to the strip club, I go get a bottle, I go smoke one, I go get some. Are you doing it because that's just an activity, that's just a hobby, your life is peaceful? Or are you overdoing it because you're not happy with yourself, because you're running from something? That's what I mean. If you're running from something and that's got you over diddling, over drinking, over smoking, that's the problem. So I wanted to fix that or clear that up for anybody who thinks that I was just saying, oh, don't do all these things, that's bad. No, it's not bad. It's bad to run away from yourself and chase other things to make yourself happy. That's what I meant. Second correction, I said this in my last video. I don't know why I'm pausing as if I'm not going to cut it in. If you have to go be a manager at McDonald's or a cashier at McDonald's, I would hate that for you. But forgive me, anybody who's watching this who works at McDonald's. I did not mean to offend, and I did not mean to put working at McDonald's down. If you work at McDonald's and that is easy for your life, that fits your life, and you're content with it, and you have peace, you have everything. And I did not mean to put down McDonald's workers. I was really more so using that as an example of, if you have some hard, demanding corporate job that's sucking the life out of you, you could level down to something that sucks the life out of you less. So if you are working at McDonald's or, like a warehouse type job, but you have more peace than a corporate worker, don't chase the corporate job. You are winning there. Life is about peace. Life is about being content. Some people have the 4-day, 3-day off Amazon job. Pretty sure they're happier than people with a 6-day bitter corporate job. So forgive me, anybody I offended. Working wherever you work is fine. And I'm just wanted to clear that up. But thanks for watching. The Matrix Can I Have You on TikTok, Yodi TV, on Instagram, on here. New video coming Friday. That one's going to be a doozy. See you all next time.